everyone, and welcome to service today. We're glad you're here. Looking for some ways to get involved? Here's a few ways to get in the loop. There's an open house today from 2 to 4 at the Howe Community Building for Pastor Greg and his wife Terry. Please come join us for a time of fellowship and greeting. Coconut Kids Youth Center is open tonight. If you want to meet downstairs, meet at 3 o'clock. There's a staff parish meeting this Monday at 7 o'clock right here at the church. If you're a member of this committee, please plan to attend. And those are just some of the ways that you can be involved. Now that you're in the loop, have a blessed week and stay safe. And now, a look back at our week at Bible school.
We had a great week, and it's always good to be able to see how a church responds with Vacation Bible School. And Terry and I talked, and we thought, you guys really went all out. This was fantastic to see all of you guys come together and have such a great time. And we got a lot of food here, so we're going to do a lot of good things with the food that we got. We had a lot of fun this week. It was really a blessing to us to be here, and even though I'm really thankful that all my pink came out of my hair. So, we have any prayer concerns or any blessings this morning?
Hello. Okay, so Vacation Bible School went really well. We had a great time. We had a total of 8 children who came all 5 nights, 8 that came 4 nights, and then we had a total of 28 helpers, which was fantastic. Thank you, everybody that helped, and thank you to Trish and Eric, who helped make the sanctuary and everywhere else in the church look fantastic. And 18 of our helpers came every night, so I'm very, very thankful for all of that. And we had 7 who joined the Bible study led by Pastor Greg, and that was fantastic as well. And Overall, we gave the kids a goal of getting 50 cans for the blessing boxes, and if they got 50 cans, then they could obviously spray Pastor's head pink. And they wanted to spray mine also, but it had to be over 100 cans to do that, and they got 241 cans, so they exceeded what they needed. So, but it was all a blessing, and I'm also glad that it came out of my hair.
Yes. Anyone else? Yes.
I just want to thank everyone for the prayers this week. As I had asked last week, I had my gallbladder removed on Tuesday, and I'm feeling very good, and it's been a pretty speedy recovery. So thank you for the prayers.
Amen.
I have two. I'd like you to keep my extended family in your prayers. The last relative of my parents' generation passed away, and we're having her funeral tomorrow. She was 92. And then I had a joy. It's a joy for me. Some of you might remember. I've been digging through tubs of stuff because that's what you got to do when you get to my age. And I came across some Bible school stuff from the very first Bible school when we walked through the door 27 years ago, church shopping, and never left. Your Bible school was starting that day. And I found their little passports. Trish and Peg were like the first people that we ever met, and we never went to a different church.
Wow. That's great. That's awesome.
John's sister Tia has moved to South Bend and is struggling a little bit, but she also has bronchitis and would appreciate prayers that she can get over that. Yeah. They are living with Carl's mom, so it's a little challenging. I thought I had something else, but I'll probably think of it later.
Prayers for her memory.
It happens to all of us. It's all right. Any others? All right. If not, let's pray. Wow, God, you bless us so much during this past week with all these children and all these families and the workers. What an awesome job. We're just so thankful for your love and for us being able to be the light of Christ and to share Jesus' light in our neighborhoods and wherever we live. But as we come to you to pray this morning, we have people that we love that are in need of your healing and your love. So we ask for your love and healing to fall on them in a special way, people we've mentioned here by name, people that are falling on our hearts even as I speak. God, your love is awesome. And we just thank you for everything that you do for us. And so we pray this prayer that you taught your disciples, and we say this together. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass. And lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
sure this is how it goes.
Six, the moon is, well, still as desolate as ever, full of dust and rocks and boring stuff. There's little of note in the area, but I will not sleep until I have searched every last grain of moon sand. Hi. Captain's log star date, whatever I said earlier. I may have just discovered life on the moon. This is a huge discovery. I may have just discovered lives, plural, on the moon. This is incredible. I'm going to call you Martians. Oh, well, actually, that really doesn't make much sense. I will call them Moonians. Actually, I can't think of a really good name right now. I'll do that all later.
Hi, hello. I'm really sorry, but we aren't Martians or Moonians or anything else. We're just people from Earth.
Oh, well, that's a little embarrassing. I'm sorry for thinking you were space creatures. Hi, I'm Mickey Way, a mechanic for Solar Group. Well, a future former mechanic, I should say.
Hi, Mickey. Good to meet you. My name's Elizabeth. These are all my friends who are here for Stellar VBS.
Yeah, hi.
How are you a future former mechanic? That kind of doesn't make sense.
Well, that's why I'm here on the moon in the first place. I may be a mechanic right now, but I'm taking the test to become a captain. I've always wanted to be a captain. My team sent me to the moon so I can show off my exploration skills. If I pass, I'll be in charge of my own spaceship and explore the amazing galaxy. Go places no one has ever gone before.
That's stellar. Have you been anywhere cool?
Well, I've been to the moon.
I mean, anywhere else? We're all on the moon right now.
Well, I've been to Florida.
Wow, that's definitely something. How long are you here for?
Just till the end of the day. But I have to survive on my own with nothing but my skills and the 15 cases of Twinkies I brought with me.
Are you sure you brought enough Twinkies? That only gives you 3 cases a day.
I sure hope so. So, can I be a little honest with you? I'm a little worried. I know I've been to the moon and Florida, but this is really my first time being away from home. I don't have a family or friends to talk to and be with. I've been here for only a few hours, and I'm already starting to feel really lonely.
Being on your own for the first time can be really scary and make life feel a little dark. But we're here to help, because when life feels dark, shine Jesus' light! We're here to shine the light, friendship, and hope of our friend Jesus. He's the light of the world.
Really? I think I could use some of that light.
Yep. We're all here to shine Jesus' light to friends like you. We're all here for you, Mickey.
Well, thanks, Elizabeth. I really appreciate it. I feel a lot better already. Well, I need to head back to my ship and submit my report so far. I don't think anyone will believe that there's all these people up here in space.
There's light for us. Hi, kids. I'm Cosmo. Have you ever looked up at night to see a sky full of stars? If so, maybe you saw me. You might say, I hang out with an all-star bunch of friends. There's a little over 9,000 stars your human eyes can see without a telescope. You probably can only see around 2,500 of us at once. But God put about 2 to 400 billion stars in our galaxy alone. The stars you can see are only a teeny tiny sample of how many stars God made. And I've been around a while too. In fact, way back when people in the Bible looked up at the stars, they were looking at the same stars you look at. I even got to see another star shine light on Jesus. People followed the star's light to find baby Jesus. That sure gave me something to shoot for. In your solar system, the big star is the sun. That's what everything moves around. We call that orbiting. It's when something moves around something else again and again and again. But your solar system, it's just a tiny part of a galaxy called the Milky Way. Here's a surprise. A lot of stars in the galaxy are way bigger and brighter than the sun. In fact, most of the stars you can see are actually brighter than the sun. Wow! I mean, just look at how bright I am. Take my old pal Rigel, for instance. He's very bright. He's the 7th brightest star in the sky. And he's about 120,000 times as bright as the sun. He just got a lot further away from you, so he doesn't look as big. If you want to find Rigel, just find the constellation Orion and look for his right knee. Right there. Or there's my friend Polaris. He's also known as the North Star, and he's pretty cool. Here's why. We stars may not look like we're moving, but we move around in space, just like Earth does. But Polaris, he stays right above your North Pole. That makes him really easy to spot. And it helps you always know which way is north. Polaris isn't as bright as Rigel, but he's 2,500 times brighter than your sun. If you ask me, he's pretty stellar. Yeah, we stars might look small from Earth, but we really light up the sky. My friends and I are a bright bunch of buddies. Without us stars, the Earth would be a different place. Explorers used us to navigate the ocean, finding their way to new lands. And back when I was closer to your age, people used stars to know when to plant their crops and when winter was coming. Plus, we sure do make the night sky look pretty. Just imagine how dark the night sky would look without us beautiful dots of light shining through. We can shine through the darkness from really far away to bring light in the dark. Jesus brought light to a dark world too. In fact, Jesus called himself a light. In the Bible, the book of John, chapter 8, verse 12 says, Jesus said, I am the light of the world. Wow. Sometimes your life may seem as dark as the night sky. Maybe you feel lonely, or maybe your parents are getting a divorce. Maybe you lost someone you love. In those dark times, you can still see Jesus' light shining through, just like you can see bright stars lighting up the night. And you can turn around and shine Jesus' light to people around you. When life feels dark, shine Jesus' light.
Hey, don't say things like that. It's not very nice. I deserve to be here too, you know. No, you just can't hang up. No.
Mickey, hey, what's going on? Are you okay? Who is that on your space phone thingy?
Oh, I'm fine. That was my friend Tom. Well, I guess he's not really a friend anymore. He and I were good friends all through school, and we even worked on the same team at Space Group. Then we both applied to be captain. Ever since he found out that I want to be captain too, he's been really mean to me.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Mean words never feel good, but they're even worse coming from someone who's supposed to be a good friend. That hurts.
Well, I'm not going to take this sitting down. Well, figuratively. I have to get back at him. What can I do? Let me think. I got it. I know what I'll do. I'll collect as many moon rocks as I can, and then what I'll do is I'll stack them in front of his door. That way, when he tries to leave in the morning, this is so good, he's gonna open the door and then boom! Moon rocks.
Makey, I don't think that's a very good idea. Getting back to your friend will only lead to more hurt feelings.
But he deserves this. Well, this is gonna be a little harder than I thought.
You may think this is what he deserves, but do you really want to do something like that would ruin any chance of you being friends again?
I do still want to be his friend. I didn't mean to make him mad by applying to be captain. I've always wanted to do it since I was a kid. He didn't even tell me he'd signed up.
You shouldn't feel bad for wanting to be captain. It's always been your dream.
He knows that too, so why is he being so mean to me?
Well, maybe he's scared. Remember how you felt yesterday?
Yeah, before I met all of you guys, I was pretty lonely.
So maybe Tom feels sad and lonely too, and he doesn't know what to do, so he's taking his feelings out on you.
I guess I hadn't thought of it like that before. Do you think I should go help him like you guys helped me yesterday?
That's up to you, but I do know this. When people don't get along, shine Jesus' light. When you shine Jesus' love and friendship, some pretty amazing things happen.
Maybe Tom needs a little bit of light in his life. I could help him study for tomorrow's test and make sure he knows that he's never alone. But I'm still learning about the light of Jesus, so do you think you could help me know what to say so I can share that with him too?
I have to finish up with my friends here, but I'll come find you when I'm done. We can figure out the right things to say.
Thank you so much, and maybe he'll find a better use for all these moon rocks back at my ship.
Bye, Mickey. See you soon.
Whoa! Whoa! Hey there, I'm Ringo, and I'm a planet. You might know my friends: Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. And of course, your very own planet, Earth. You might think I just have 8 friends, because you probably learned about 8 planets, but your parents learned about 9. Well, not so long ago, scientists decided that Pluto was actually a dwarf planet. Poor Pluto. Even without Pluto, scientists think there might be a 9th planet out there, even farther away from the sun. And that's just in your solar system. There are tons of other stars out there with stuff orbiting around them, including more planets like me. But I'll stick with the planets you've heard of. Let me tell you about my friend, Mercury. She's super close to the sun, so you might think it's really hot on Mercury. You'd be right. But even so, scientists have found ice in some deep, shadowy craters. Or there's Jupiter. He's a big guy and a great catcher. No, not baseballs, comets. He's a big guy for comets to try to get around. And I gotta tell you about Saturn. Long ago, when people started using telescopes, they noticed something unusual about Saturn. What was it that was all around him? Turns out, it was his rings. Boy, does he have rings. Aren't rings the coolest? But Saturn's not the only one of my friends with rings. He's just surrounded by the most impressive ones, and the only ones you can easily see from Earth. Guess what? All 4 of the outer planets have rings. That means Jupiter, Uranus, and Neptune all have rings too. When you look at awesome rings like mine, they might look like one solid piece. But don't be fooled, they're not. They're made up of billions of chunks of ice, dust, and rock, and all those pieces orbit a planet together as if they're one piece. So don't think of me as having a few rings. Think of me as having billions of followers. If I told you the planet Earth might have rings, You'd correct me, right? The Earth doesn't have rings. But scientists think one day it could. Its rings wouldn't be made of ice and rock like Saturn's. The Earth's rings would be made of space junk. All the parts of satellites and other man-made stuff that's broken apart in space and started to orbit the Earth. It's actually kind of a problem. It's cool how rings look like one solid piece, but are actually a bunch of pieces working together. And hey, that's a lot like how the Bible tells you humans to live. In the Bible, the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 16, says, "Live in harmony with each other." That means you can get along and work together, just like the billions of pieces of rock and ice that make up my stellar rings. So, the next time you want to argue with a friend, or you see someone being bullied, or you just want to get your way, remember, when people don't get along, shine Jesus' light.
You're feeling down. We've all had those days. We've all felt that way sometime before. Yeah, you're sad. Well, you know that's alright. You know we've all cried for something more. Everyone has felt this way before. Feel what you feel, cause the God of creation's the author of peace with no limitations. Don't let your heart be troubled. Don't try to run from your heart, it's the feelings. The God of the stars is the source of our healing. Don't let your heart be troubled. Don't let your heart be troubled. Yeah, you're sad. Well, you know that's alright. You know we've all cried for something more. Feel what you feel, cause the God of creation's the author of peace with no limitations. Don't let your heart be troubled. Don't try to run from your heart, it's the feelings. The God of the stars is the source of our healing. Don't let your heart be troubled. Don't let your heart be troubled. Cause everybody's felt this way. When we see someone in pain, we can comfort them and say, feel what you feel, cause the God of creation's the author of peace with no limitations. Don't let your heart be troubled. Don't try to run from your heart, it's the feelings. The God of the stars is the source of our healing. Don't let your heart be troubled. Don't let your heart be troubled.
Yes. I did it. Hey, Elizabeth, look at this.
Hi, Mickey. Wow. I don't really know what I'm looking at here. I can't read anything. This screen's about the size of a grain of rice. Why is it so small?
Well, all the stuff we send to space has to be light. It can cost up to $15,000 just to send a single pound to space. So we have to keep the weight low.
Wow, that's expensive. But if it costs so much, why did they agree to let 15 cases of Twinkies be sent with you?
That is not important right now. But what is this? These are my test scores from our written test for the captain. I passed with flying colors.
That's incredible. Good job, Mickey. Does that mean you're a captain now?
Well, not yet, but I am one small step closer to achieving my goal.
We're so proud of you. God really helped you through that test. God is good. This is great news.
I know. This is cause for celebration. Are you ready? Woo! And celebrations always include Twinkies. You know, this is really good. I owe it all to you. You got me through the dark times.
We were just shining Jesus' light to you. And you know what's even better than that?
Having another Twinkie?
No.
Oh. Well, a big glass of milk to wash it all down with?
The best thing is that now you get to shine a light on Jesus. When good things happen, shine Jesus' light.
Well, wait. You said to shine Jesus' light when things feel dark and when people don't get along. But right now things don't feel very dark, and Tom and I are back to being good buddies.
Those are good things, and we can give Jesus the credit for them.
So, when good things happen?
Shine Jesus' light. Exactly. Jesus is the reason for those good things. Now you can shine a light back onto him, telling other people what great stuff Jesus does.
You're right. How can I thank Jesus for all the good stuff? Is there a way for me to send Jesus some of my Twinkies?
Not really. You can celebrate by shouting with joy to the Lord, or praising God with a song, kind of like what we do here.
Do you think I could hang around while you guys do some more stuff so I can see how it's done?
Absolutely.
Hi, I'm Luna, but you probably just know me as the Moon. I'm called the Moon because for a while, you humans thought I was the only one. After all, I'm the only moon the Earth has. But it turns out, a lot of planets have moons like me. Moons come in all kinds of shapes, sizes, and types. The thing we all have in common is that we all orbit around something, like a planet, dwarf planet, or even an asteroid. Long ago, a guy named Galileo discovered 4 moons orbiting Jupiter. That's the first time any people knew there were moons besides me. Of course, now humans know that Jupiter has way more than 4 moons. There are at least 79. And Saturn has even more. Saturn has at least 82 moons. Wow! Some of those moons even help keep Saturn's rings in place. All total, there are hundreds of moons in our solar system. But let's face it, I'm the cool one. And I'm the only one that orbits the Earth. Of course, scientists have a lot more to study about the moon. It hasn't really been that long since the first astronauts came to visit me. It was a big deal for humans to take a few steps on my surface. By the way, since I have no wind or much of an atmosphere, their footprints can stay for a really, really long time, right along with a family photo they left here. So far, 24 humans have traveled to see me, and 12 have walked on me. I guess I fascinate them, and they're still studying me from the rock samples they brought back to Earth. I might look like a big old nightlight in the sky, but I actually don't have any light of my own. It's just the sun shines its goodness on me, and I shine it back down to Earth. You may see me go through phases. I'm always this nice, big, and round. But sometimes I hide a little. That's because the Earth blocks some of the sun's light, and you only see a little light from me. But every 29 days, you'll see all of me. I'm full and shining back all the light I can. You and I actually have a lot in common. God shines His goodness on you, and you can shine it back to others. You can be like the moon. In the Bible, the book of Psalms, chapter 100, verse 1, It says, "Shout with joy to the Lord, all the earth." So when you get exciting news, or ace a test, or see a beautiful sunset, remember, those good things came from God. So don't forget to reflect His goodness back to other people. Be the moon. When good things happen, shine Jesus' light.
The world is searching for an answer, a ray of hope in a hopeless world. Who can we turn to? Where is our rescue? There is someone, He's the answer. He's the light and He'll light the way. His name is Jesus, and He came to save us. He is the light, 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 light of the world, and He shines all over the earth, shining bright, bright, bright. He is the light of the world. He is the light, 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 light of the world, and He shines all over the earth, shining bright, bright, bright. He is the light of the world. The world is searching for an answer, a ray of hope in a hopeless world. Who can we turn to? Where is our rescue? There is someone, He's the answer. He's the light and He'll light the way. His name is Jesus, and He came to save us. He is the light, 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 light of the world, and He shines all over the earth, shining bright, bright, bright. He is the light of the world. He is the light, 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 light of the world, and He shines all over the earth, shining bright, bright, bright. He is the light of the He is the light, 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 light of the world, and He shines all over the earth, shining bright, bright, bright. He is the light of the
So need a balloon arch, maybe a big cake, for sure a bunch of Twinkies.
Hey, Mickey, are you planning some kind of party? That sounds like a whole lot of fun stuff.
Oh, hey, Elizabeth, kinda, and I may need your help. It's for my friend Tom.
Awesome. I love to plan a good party. Is it his birthday? Your friend anniversary? Why are you throwing this?
Well, I wanted to celebrate our great test scores and share the light of Jesus, like you said. But then I found out that he didn't do so well on his test. In fact, he probably won't have a chance to become a captain anymore. He was so sad, and I wanted to throw him an out-of-this-world party to take his mind off of it. A party with Twinkies, music, and you guessed it, confetti!
I'm sorry that he didn't do well on the test. Sounds like he's pretty sad about that. But are you sure a party is way to make him feel better?
Of course. I mean, is there anything that makes you feel happier than a piñata and confetti and Twinkies?
Can you even get a piñata on the moon?
Well, normally no, but I brought one with me just in case I'd need one.
Wait, what? They let you bring a piñata to the moon?
Of course they did, and I bet you will never guess what I filled it with.
I think I have a pretty good idea.
That's right, almost all of the Twinkies I have left. Do you think you could help me blow up some balloons and create a pin the tail on the rocket ship game? And,
Of course I'll help, but you don't need to throw a party for Tom. He might just need a good friend right now.
well, I just want him to feel better, and all of this happy stuff is the best way to do that.
Sometimes when we're sad, what helps most is a friend who will listen and encourage us. When people are sad, shine Jesus' light. Parties are super fun, but you can just make sure Tom still knows he's loved. What he really needs right now is the light of Jesus.
Can't Twinkies and piñatas shine Jesus' light?
Maybe, but it doesn't take stuff to show Jesus' love and friendship. Sometimes the best thing we can do is just be with people, like God is always with us. You can shine Jesus' light by listening or giving a hug or an elbow bump if that's your thing.
I can totally do that. So maybe Tom and I can hang out and practice our spacewalking. Okay, so I don't need that. I'll lose the piñata, but still take a couple of Twinkies for a snack. And then all the anti-gravity grooving makes me work up an appetite.
I think that's a great idea. Good luck, Mickey, and tell Tom hi for us.
You got it. Bye, everyone.
Sunny days. Oh, hi there. I'm Soul. Isn't that a cheery song? That's because it's all about me. Yep, nothing cheers people up like when I come out. You might wonder, just what is the sun? Sure, you can see that I'm very bright, and you might know that I'm blazing hot. But what makes me that way? Well, I'm known as a main sequence star. That's a fancy way of saying that I'm mostly made up of two gases, hydrogen and helium, and that I'm shaped like a ball. I'm also a lot bigger than your home planet, Earth. I'm 110 times as wide, which means you could actually fit around 1 million Earths inside me. Whoa. But I wouldn't recommend that. Grown-ups have probably told you not to touch the stove when it's on. It's so hot, it'll burn you. But I'm even hotter, like way hotter. But here's how amazing God is. God put the earth just the right distance away from me so that you get the right amount of heat to live. I'm far enough away that it takes 8 minutes for my light to reach the earth. And I don't want to brag, but I'm pretty important to life on Earth. For one thing, my heat makes it possible for your planet to have water. Lots and lots of water. Yep, you need water for plants, animals, and people to live on Earth. My light even helps your body. Sunlight keeps you healthy and makes your bones stronger. Hanging out in the sun is always a bright idea. I'm so good for you. Just don't forget to put on some sunscreen. One thing I'm great at is cheering people up. Maybe that's why people sometimes talk about sad times as cloudy and happy times as sunny. In fact, sometimes people get extra sad in the winter when I'm not around as much. That's called seasonal affective disorder, or SAD for short. Being in the sun helps your body make a chemical that puts you in a better mood. My sunny rays can bring cheer to the saddest of days. But even if I'm hiding behind closed doors or can't shine as much in the winter, Jesus is always there to cheer you up, and you can turn around and shine His light on others who need a smile. In the Bible, the book of John chapter 14 verse 1 says, "Don't let your hearts be troubled. Trust in God." When you see someone who looks sad, or maybe someone who's crying, you can be like me and bring cheer into their lives. When people are sad, shine Jesus' light.
You guys stomp your feet like that? And let's clap together. That's it. Keep it going. Let's sing this little light of mine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All right, keep clapping now. Sounds good. Everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Yes, everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh, that sounds so good. That's called clapping on the backbeat. All right, sing this real quiet with me now. Even when I'm afraid, I'm gonna let it shine. Even when I'm afraid, I'm gonna let it shine. Yes, even when I'm afraid, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, oh, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Well, friends, we're nearing the end of our time here at Stellar VBS. I was doing some inspections on my ship and noticed there were a few screws knocked loose and hoses disconnected. I'm not 100% sure how to fix it all. Does anyone have any ideas of how to fix it?
I do. Did somebody say something about fixing spaceships? Because I think I might be able to help.
Mickey, perfect. I have some serious issues with my spaceship, and I could really use some help. I know you're busy with all your testing and stuff for being a captain, but do you think you could spare some time and knowledge to help me?
Of course I can. You've given me so much help today. It's the least I can do for you.
Thanks so much. Here's some of the parts I found lying around, and I think I know where a few of them go, but I want to be absolutely sure so the ship works perfectly.
Well, okay, let's take a look here. Let's see. Looks like you got a thermo, who's it, what's it, a few whirly-twirly gigs, a chunk of the wacky doodad, and of course a Twinkie transportation device.
Are those really what these things are called?
No. They all have very scientific names that I can never remember, so I just make up my own names for them, except for the Twinkie one. It basically just puts Twinkies in your mouth. If these are all the parts that need to be put back, then I think I should be able to get your ship back up and running very soon.
I'm glad to have Solar Group's finest mechanic on the case, and you won't be a mechanic for long. Soon to be Captain Mickey Way, taking your ship where no one's gone before.
Actually, it's still Mechanic Mickey Way.
What? I thought you were on your way to being captain.
I was. We got the results back today, and even though I did pretty well at both the written and hands-on tests, I wasn't one of the ones they chose to become a captain.
What? Where was I? Oh, Mickey, I'm so sorry. Don't fixing my ship. You must be so disappointed. Do you want to talk about it?
I was sad at first, but then I realized that as a mechanic, I get the chance to help all the captains and all the crews when they need it most. You've been shining Jesus' light by helping me, so being a mechanic could be my way to shine Jesus' light to the people I work with.
When people need help, shine Jesus' light. You are shining Jesus' light back onto me right now by helping me get my ship back up and running. Plus, I see Jesus' kindness as you're using your gifts for us. You're shining Jesus' light even when you may be disappointed. That's incredible.
You really think so?
I know so.
Oh, well, I couldn't have done it without you and your friends here. helping me see Jesus' light for the first time. I'm going to go get started working on your ship. Let's make sure you're able to get back Earth safe and sound.
Zoom, zoom, zoom! Hi, Stellar friends. I'm Hallie, a comet. The other buddies you've met are things you see all the time, but comets like me are much more rare. God makes comets with several parts. My nucleus, or middle, is ice and rock. And I have two tails. My dust tail is little pieces of gas and dust that get blown away from my nucleus as I heat up. Whoa! That's the part of me that you're most likely to see trailing behind. Whee! I also have an ion tail, which always points away from the sun, so it changes direction based on whether I'm going towards the sun or away from the sun. You may have noticed my tail looks kind of like hair. The word comet actually comes from the Greek word kometes, which means long-haired, and it blows in the wind as I run as fast as I can. Whoosh! You might think we zigzag around space wherever we want to go. Nope. Like planets, we orbit the sun. But the sun isn't necessarily right in the middle of our orbit, like it is for a planet's path. That means sometimes we get really close to the sun, and other times we're far away. You can see stars on any clear night, but you can only see a comet from Earth without a telescope about once every 10 years. I'm kind of special that way. That's because comets have such big orbits all around the galaxy. I love to travel. Zoom, zoom, zoom! One famous comet is Halley's Comet. Hey, that sounds like me. A long time ago, a guy named Edmund Halley discovered me, and he got to name me. You can see Halley's Comet from Earth about once every 75 years, so keep an eye out for me in 2061. I wonder how old you'll be then. I travel around space at different speeds. When I'm close to the sun, I can go over 100,000 miles an hour. I move really fast. But let me run something by you. You're traveling at 67,000 miles per hour right now. That's how fast Earth is moving in its orbit. Woohoo! We're both pretty speedy. Still, when you see a comet like me from Earth, it looks like it's going really fast. The tail that travels behind me and the fact that I move so much faster than the stars make me look like I'm zipping along. You might call me an all-star athlete when you see me running by. I race through space, passing planets and the sun along the way. Zoom, zoom, zoom! I see you all running around too. You zip from station to station here at VBS and all around town. As you zip around, you're passing a lot of people, so pay attention to people who might need help. In the Bible, the book of Matthew chapter 5, verse 16 says, "Let your good deeds shine so that everyone will praise your heavenly Father." As you zoom home today, look for people you live with who need help and shine Jesus' light. When you zip back to school in the fall, look for people who need help and shine Jesus' light. And when you race around town to stores and parks and your friends' houses, you can always look for people who need help. When people need help, shine Jesus' light.
We are God's people. Can you hear us shouting? We come to worship. We come to praise. We sing this song. We lift up His name. The Lord is God. His love endures forever, ever.
So we had a great time at Vacation Bible School. And am I having Pastor Greg come up and say a prayer to finish up service?
So we had a stellar time. A stellar time. Really good time. You guys are all awesome here in this community. I don't know if you realize that or not, but we're new to the community and we're able to see that you're invested in the kids, you're invested in your community, and we just want to be a part of that. So as you go from this place, let Jesus shine and let his love be in this community. Go in peace. Amen.